Okay. So I just filmed this video for the last like 15 minutes screaming at my camera, and then I realized that my camera didn't start recording. And it was out of focus the entire time anyways. So I refocused it and I'm starting to do this again. So here we are. It's like 11 p.m. at night. I just got home from practice. I am sweaty, disgusting mess. My makeup is like non-existent. My hair is in a ponytail. But I don't really care because it doesn't really matter the way I look right now. It's more what I have to say is what's important right now. Because I've kind of had enough of this whole stupid situation that's been going on. Hold on. I need to get mad at my dog. Lucky, you can't suck on that. You can play with it. You can't pull it apart. My dog is literally trying to pull the fuzz off his stupid ball. Well, you don't have a thing in here, do you? God damn it. I need to go find him his stupid bone. Eat your bone! Don't eat me! Anyways, basically there's this thing that someone decided to create. There was a bunch of people that decided to create it. There was this huge Word document that they posted, and they created a group chat, an Instagram account for the group chat called WDW-B.O.M.B group chat. If you want to check it out, you can go ahead and do that. I don't really care. Give them clout for all I care. I don't care. That's the honest truth. But basically, they created this account, and the whole thing was basically just saying that the boys need to interact with fans. They're basically saying, like, we're the reason why the boys are famous. Like, fans are the reason the boys are famous. Do not eat my stuff. Eat your bone. Oh, my God. Basically, people were saying that the boys need to interact with fans more. You know, we're the reason that they are famous. So, like, they need to, like, be grateful and appreciate us. And first off, stop sniffing my hood. I just want to say that the boys are grateful. They say things that a lot of artists don't say. They do things that a lot of artists don't do to show their appreciation, to show their gratefulness, to prove to us that they are grateful and that they... They do things such as Limelight that they don't have to do. If they didn't want to do it anymore, guess what? They wouldn't do it. And you know what? That's a story for another time. But basically, they do stuff for us. They take pictures with us because they love us and they care about us, and they know that we support them and that they want to, you know, show us some support and some appreciation back by, you know, stopping on the side of the road and taking pictures, stopping outside venues and taking pictures, talking to us, talking to me for 35 minutes outside of a hotel, outside of a venue, outside of wherever the hell you decide to be, for however long they want to talk. Like, I've literally talked to the boys for like 30 minutes at a random place, outside of a meet and greet, outside of Limelight, outside of any sort of event, just in the public, in Vegas, just on the street, because they wanted to have a conversation with us. They came up to me because I was wearing a hoodie. They came up to us and talked to us about things that, whatever we wanted to talk about, whatever they wanted to talk about serious conversations, has one-on-one conversations about real life shit because they wanted to, because they think of us as people, because they care about us, because they genuinely like us as people, and they want to know what's going on in our lives because they genuinely want to know and they care about us. So saying that the boys don't care about us, saying that the boys don't appreciate what we do, saying that they don't really care about it is so much bullshit. It's insane. And so creating this thing saying that the boys don't interact anymore and that they've changed and that they don't care about us anymore is such bullshit because it's not true whatsoever. Here's a newsflash for you. The boys do not need to interact to anybody on social media if they do not want to. It's up to them. It's their social media accounts. It's their Twitter. It's their Instagram. It's their whatever the hell it is. They don't need to like your comment. They don't need to retweet. They don't need to reply to you. They don't need to follow you. They don't need to do anything. They do that because they want to. And yeah, sure, they might not do it as much as they used to, but here's the news flash for you. They've been touring for like 2 years straight, and guess how much time they've had off? Guess how much? I could probably count the amount of weeks they've had off in the last 2 years on my hands right here. They've had, like, no time off. They have been making music. They have been on tour. They have been doing radio events. They have been doing whatever the hell, photo shoots. They've been doing interviews. They've been doing everything for the last 2 years to produce music, to produce content for people like you. So saying that the boys don't do anything and they don't appreciate us, they are making music. They are putting out a song every single month, along with the music video. Not just a song. They're putting out a song and a music video, which I guarantee you does not just take, 5 seconds, Sorry, you made an edit that took you 2 hours to make. The boys took a lot more than 2 hours to make the song and the music video. So, before you say, oh, they didn't like my tweet or my edit about this music video, don't get so butthurt, because there's hundreds of thousands of things that come in every single day, and they're not going to see everything. They are blowing up. They are becoming a phenomenon in front of us. They are becoming a huge, huge thing in the music industry, in any industry, in the world. Like, they're becoming a globally known group. Like, they are becoming more than just this little band, more than just this little group of kids that we found online, more than just this little group of kids that we now and post on Vine and YouTube. They are no longer social media stars. Not one of them is considered a social media star anymore. They are singers, they are artists, they are songwriters, they are performers, they are in a world-known band. So I'm sorry that they might not interact as much anymore, or they might not like your tweets anymore, or they might have unfollowed you or added you on Snapchat, but guess what? You're not special. There is so many of us. Me, or the person next to me, or whoever the hell it is, does not get special treatment just because you've been here since day one. Yeah, sure, some people, they might follow on Instagram or follow on Twitter and they might see their stuff more often, but that doesn't mean you're any better than anybody else. And yeah, sure, they might have a special connection with you, but guess what? They have special connections with hundreds of people. I have a special connection with Daniel, I have a special connection with Zach, I have a special connection with Jonah, but guess what? I'm not going to be going around being butthurt the fact that they don't like my tweets every single day. I'm not going to be, pissed off because, don't eat my carpet. That I will be pissed off about. I'm not going to be pissed off because they don't like my Instagram comments. I'm not going to be upset because they don't, repost my fan edits. They have been blowing up. They have been working their asses off for the last almost 3 years to do stuff for their fans, to do stuff for their Limas, to do stuff for people who support them. The best way they can do that is to make music, is to make stuff that we can listen to, that we can sing along to, that we can watch, music videos, stuff like that. It's not to like a person's tweet. So I'm sorry that the boys might have not liked your tweet recently, but they're kind of busy being on tour. And the thing is, when the boys are on tour, they wake up in the morning, they go to the venue, they do sound check, they perform. After the show, they're going to probably meet people outside the venue. Before the show, they meet hundreds of girls before the show. And on top of that, a lot of days, they do interviews, they do photo shoots, they do other content for me and for you. So guys, my laptop died, my camera died, so now I'm on my laptop. But just to kind of finish this and wrap this up, basically, the boys are busy. And when they're on tour after having a long day, they don't necessarily want to go on social media and interact with fans. They're going to want to go and talk to their parents, their families, their friends, their girlfriends, their whoever they want to talk to, people who know them as more than just, Jack Avery from Why Don't We, or Daniel Seavey, or Jonah Murray, or Corbin Besson, or Zach Harrod. Like, they want to talk to their friends and their family and the people who are in their lives for personal reasons. They're not going to want to go on and necessarily interact with fans all night. Like, they'd met hundreds of fans that day already. They had, this goes with any concert day. They meet hundreds of fans. They interact with so many people in person. Their number one priority isn't going on and interacting with fans online. So when they don't go and do that, they have a long day. They want to go and, talk to people who they don't get to see. They don't get to see their families. They don't get to see their friends like a normal, 17, 18, 19-year-olds tend to do, because they're doing things for their fans, such as touring, such as putting out new music, such as moving across the country from their family, from like Texas or Pennsylvania or wherever the hell they're from. They moved to LA to go make music and to pursue their dream and do stuff for us, make music for us, produce content for us. So don't be angry, don't be upset, don't be mad because, they don't interact as much anymore. They're busy and, it's exhausting. Traveling is exhausting. So when you do it, for months at a time, meeting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, it's tiring. And I could never imagine the stress and, the exhaustion they are facing. It's a lot for anybody to do, especially young boys. It's a lot to handle for anybody, and for them, they're no different, they're no special, they're just like everybody else, they're still people. They just can sing, and not everybody, like, I'm sure everyone watching this, I guarantee you're not going to want to go on social media every single night to interact with hundreds of people. Sometimes you just want to, watch a movie with your family or FaceTime your friend. That's life. Sometimes you just want to go to bed early or just, read a book or whatever you want to do. And that's not bad. That's okay. That's life. And the fact that the boys aren't on tour right now definitely does have a big factor in why they are being more like interactive with people right now. They are not on tour. They're chilling at home. They're spending time with their families, and like, you know, they do that during the day. They don't need to, you know, at the end of the day go on FaceTime and talk to them. They can talk to them throughout the day. They can go to the movies. They can go shopping. They can have a dinner. They can do whatever they want because they're not on tour. They're not doing interviews every day. They're not doing photo shoots every day. They're living their lives as normal kids, normal rich kids that drive Teslas, but that's besides the point. But they are living their lives with their families and friends right now. So, you know, they do that during the day. So at the end of the night, you know, when they go on their phone or they are in the car on the way somewhere and they go on their phone and they see stuff, they have the chance to interact with fans. They don't, you know, meet hundreds of them a day. So obviously they're going to want to go on and see, you know, what we're up to and, you know, what things are going on. And that has such a huge factor of why they're interacting right now. It has nothing to do with this bomb thing. It has nothing to do with anything besides the fact that they are not on tour, which means they're not busy, you know, meeting us and touring for us and performing for us every single day, every single night. They have a break. They have a break for such a short amount of time. And they go on tour again in a few days. They are going back on tour and doing a bunch of radio stuff. And then they go on their summer tour in July. And then they go to Europe. And then they're going to go to Australia. And they're going all over the world. And they're not going to be done touring till the end of the year. They're going to be non-stop doing stuff till the end of the year. And they'll probably have a break for Christmas. And they'll go right back at it. Because that's what they do. They tour because they love to see us. They tour because they know that we love to go and watch them perform. They do that not, you know, obviously they love performing. They're performers. That's their dream. But they do it because they know we want to see them. They go to all these places because they know we want to see them there. They go to these places because they know they have fans there that want to see them. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty damn grateful for the opportunities and the things that I've received from them. Just the experience that I've gotten from them. And yeah, no, I might not get a DM from them every single day thanking me personally for supporting them. But I know that they care and I know that they appreciate it. And the thing is, I'm not supporting them to get recognition. I'm not supporting them to get a follow, to get interaction. I'm supporting them because they are genuinely good people and I enjoy their music and I think that them as human beings are very genuine and very sincere and very good people. So I support them on that extra level of just like, oh, I like your music, plus I like you, you know, as a person. You're sweet, you're kind, you genuinely care about people, you genuinely make me feel like you care about me as a person and you're interested in what's going on in my life. I've had the boys ask me, you know, how I'm doing and be genuinely curious about my life and what I'm going through and what I'm doing and my job and so many more things that I've never gotten with any other artist before. And I've talked to a lot of different celebrities. I've met a bunch of different people before. And the connection that I have with Why Don't We and the connection that I have with the boys is just so unique and so different from anyone else I've ever met before because they genuinely care so much about us, genuinely care so much about each and every person and want to make them feel so special. So I'm sorry if you're butthurt and upset that the boys don't notice you or that they don't follow you or that they don't interact as much anymore. But the truth of the matter is they're busy and they're doing their best and they're not going to see everything and they are blowing up. But they are human. They can only do so much. So creating this bomb thing isn't going to change anything. When they go on tour again, I guarantee you they're not going to be as active anymore. And don't say that they've changed because it's not a bad thing to change. They've changed because they have grown. They've changed because they've gotten the success. They've changed because of us. That's the thing. The reason why they've changed and the reason why they're at where they are now is because of us. So saying that they don't, you know, appreciate us, they do. I know personally that they do. I've been told personally that they do. And I know they're genuine about it, and I know they're not lying, and I know that they're being sincere. And if I see one more person talking about Jack Avery, in particular, about being inactive and not interacting with fans, I will literally lose it. He has a 6-week-old daughter. I'm pretty sure your number one priority is not going to be, you know, social media or interacting with people. It's going to be your child who, you know, she gave birth, she came into the world, Lavender, and Jack got to spend a short amount of time with her, got to go to Hawaii with her, and then had to leave her to go to Japan as a month-old baby. His daughter, he had to leave after only knowing her for a month to go on tour, to go and see us, his fans, people who support him. He didn't have to do that. He had a daughter. He could very well have been, I'm not going on tour. I'm just kind of frustrated with the whole situation. If you couldn't tell, I think people are overreacting, and it's just really sad that like society nowadays has so much value and has so much like dependence on social media and clout and being followed and being noticed, and it's like people rely on it. They feel fulfilled, they feel satisfied by the fact that they have a certain number of followers or a certain number of notices or a certain number of, retweets or likes. And it's like, it's sad that people find like their self-worth through it almost. And obviously, like, yeah, everyone likes to get a ton of likes in their photo and get a ton of comments and retweets and followers and stuff. It's great, but you don't need to find your self-worth, and you don't need to, be satisfied and like depend on it. And people are these days. People think that you need to be noticed by the boys, they need to follow you, they need to interact with you in order for them to appreciate you, in order for you to be important, in order for you to be anything. But you don't. You can be sitting in your bed watching a video, supporting them that way, or you could be front row at a concert with Limelight and all these meet and greets and traveling all over the world for them. But the fact of the matter is, you're still supporting them if you're doing it, in a huge grand scheme of things or not. They appreciate each and every one of us, and I can guarantee that to each and every person out there. Personally, I know. And it's just frustrating to see. And I'm not making this video saying this to try and like hate on this whole bomb project thing, and I'm not making this whole video to, stand up for the boys and be like, you guys are stupid. I'm making this video just because the fact that the whole thing is happening and that people think that they need social media, that they need certain things to feel a certain way. And people kind of need to realize what's been going on and realize that, maybe getting a like isn't the most important thing. Maybe getting a follow isn't the most important thing. Maybe friends and family and happiness and support and stuff is more important. And although people are like, oh, it's a two-way street, we made them famous. Yeah, we made them famous. That's the thing. Famous. They're no longer a little secret anymore. They're no longer a couple boys online. They're no longer social media stars, like I said. They're a full grown-ass band who is spreading like wildfire. And the truth of the matter is, look at, One Direction. All of the members. Look at Justin Bieber. Look at Shawn Mendes. Look at Katy Perry. Look at Billie Eilish. Look at any artist who's blowing up or who has blown up. They don't interact with fans. They don't go and meet fans on the street every day. They don't go and have Limelight packages. They don't go and have anything like that, because the truth of the matter is, as people get bigger, the opportunities get smaller and the interactions get smaller. And yeah, they still might like the same amount of comments, but the thing is, when they like 5 out of 10, or like 5 out of 5, 50, 100,000, however many tweets come in, it just seems like it's such a smaller scale. But the thing is, there's just so many more people. It's just the way it works, and that's, as much as it sucks to see them kind of grow more distance from, individual people, it's also proud, and you have to be proud and happy for them, because like, this is what they wanted and this is what we wanted for them. So don't be upset and don't be angry because things aren't the same anymore, because if they were the same, then they wouldn't last. Why don't we wouldn't be an ongoing thing? They would be a one-hit wonder, quick pop-up little band, and then they move on with their lives. That's not what they are, and that's not what they're going to be. They're going to keep growing, and they're going to keep getting bigger, and they're going to keep doing things the way that they've been doing things. And they're going to keep living their lives and getting distant from people. But at the end of the day, they still care, and they still appreciate and are grateful for our support. They are really good people. They have really good morals. And they are very down-to-earth people. At the end of the day, if you've met them or not, you can see that by everything they do. They are very gracious, they are very kind, they are very caring, and they are very grateful. And just because they don't like your tweet doesn't mean they don't appreciate you, doesn't mean they don't love you, and doesn't mean they don't, appreciate every single thing you've ever done for them. So yeah. Anyways, this is way longer than I wanted it to be. Got way too heated. It is now midnight, and I have to be up in 5 hours. So love that for me. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'm not gonna promote anything because I don't feel like it's a time or place, but yeah, I just comment down below if you have any
opinions or thoughts or anything that you want to share. I would love to hear other people's side of the story. I would love to hear your opinions, or if you agree with me, let me know, or if you don't agree with me, let me know. I would love to hear other people. Like, I'm not saying I'm 100% right about everything. I'm not saying that everyone else is 100% wrong about stuff, but I just feel like something needed to be said, because it's just kind of gotten to the point where, I don't know, I don't have the biggest platform, obviously, but I have a little bit of a platform, and I want to do what I can with it. And if it involves, 20 people seeing this and maybe being like, oh, yeah, you're right, maybe I should take a step back and realize that, social media isn't the most important thing, and, the boys do appreciate us, and, like, even though they didn't interact with us, maybe they, maybe they're just busy. Maybe, Jack's dealing with his kid. Maybe, Daniel's spending time with his family. Maybe the other boys are spending time with their girlfriends. Like, they're living their lives. They're people, they're human. They have lives just like me and you, and they want to live them the way they want to live them. And if that involves liking your tweet or not, it's not up to us. It's up to them, and there's nothing we can do or say to kind of control them. Creating a project or creating something like that, trying to manipulate their thoughts and the things they want to do, is not a good thing. But yeah. Anyways, that's all. I'm gonna go to bed now. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you guys soon. Peace out.